Hey guys, welcome back. This is Renan and you're watching Halo Halo Mix Vlogs. I'm not gonna make this really long. Just wanna make sure share to you my thoughts and my take on what's happening around us and what's going on, and probably I can share to you my thoughts on what's gonna happen after we get to the other side of this. We're still on the pandemic here. We're still on pandemic mode since 2020 and up until now. It still hasn't gone away. It's still with us. Um, okay. First off, last week I made a video about the mortgage rate. So I didn't do that because I feel like I would just want to share it to you. I don't have anything to say, but it's because on Sunday when I did that, their mortgage rate was at a certain level, and then on Wednesday, the Bank of Canada increased their federal funds rate by half a percentage point, or 50 basis points, or 0.5%, 0.5 of percent. So now it's standing at 1%, and from the time that I posted the rates was still basically the same, except that the 5 years, it was previously at almost 4%, and now, so it was at 3.92 as I can remember it. It was at 3.92%, and now it's 4.02%. So what is interesting is that when I check on RBC, that they have a much lower rate for 2 years. The rate for fixed is 3.25, whereas at the credit union where I bank, it's 3.39, and the 5 years at RBC is 3.97, and at the credit union where I bank, it's 4.02. It's like it's only minuscule, but when you have, the bigger, I'm sorry about that, when the bigger your debt, the bigger your mortgage, you know the bigger increase that you'll have to pay in interest. Okay, so that is one interesting is that when the credit union said that, we're supposed to be members, but instead of charging us so much lower than the commercial banks, they're charging us more. Where I told this when we took out the mortgage, when the mortgage advisor came over to our house and signed the paperwork. I said, I'd like to pay it off as much as possible in this, and I explained to her, I don't want to make the banks richer than they already are. And she looked at me, and she probably thought, "Oh, what is this guy saying?" I mean, this if even if it's a credit union, they say that you're a member instead of a customer. If they trade like a bank, they look like a bank, and they make money like a bank, then they are a bank. So even if they're a credit union. So I just I no, not just, but I talked to the mortgage advisor yesterday, because we're about to renew where the our current mortgage contract is about to expire in October, and I told him everything about my concerns. The federal funds rate is going up, and the mortgage rate, henceforth the mortgage rate is going to go up even higher. And so I told him that if we can give me quote me the rates, and he said that the earliest that he can quote me a rate, and I can probably lock on onto that rate is on May 17th. And I'm good with that, because by June they're gonna come up with another probably an increase in the federal funds rate, making it 1.5%, because that's what they're saying in the news, that the Bank of Canada will raise another 0.5 percentage point, or half a percent into the interest rate right now, making it 1.5 by June. And so that will further get the mortgages upwards of 4%. And so I said, if you can give me a quote by May 17, that would be great, so that I can lock it in. And I told him about our plans, so that if ever uh, in 2 years time that the mortgage rate goes down, then we're gonna renew for another 5 years. Otherwise, we're gonna pay it off in the next 2 years. And so I'm gonna show it to you here. What I'm gonna show it to you here is the historical rate. So that is from 1992 up until now, 2022. So what happened there was in 2008, when the mortgage crisis unfolded. They took the interest rate down to almost zero, and because the can you see that? Because the money borrowing is really cheap. There were a lot of borrowings, and a lot of companies, a lot of individuals borrowed after the 2008 crisis, and they tried to bring it up to 1%. So what happened was, because there's so many debt, um, they couldn't do it up until recently in 2017. That is when we took out the mortgage for this house. They started to increase the rates, and then by late 2019, there was as we say, as they call it, um, I can't remember the term, but the inversion of the more uh, I can't remember the term, but it's right on at the tip of my tongue. So I hope you get something out of it. And yeah, because what happened was, there's so much debt that when they tried to bring the interest rate back to normalcy, they couldn't do it, because a lot of people, a lot of banks, a lot no, not banks, a lot of companies, and especially the government, they're borrowing a lot of making so much debt, so they can't do it because they'll have to pay more on the debt. And right now they're trying to initiate the to increase the interest rate again, and I don't think they're gonna succeed in that doing so, because in 2020, a lot of people bought their houses because it was so cheap to borrow. And I don't know what's gonna happen. And I'd like to point out to you, I watched the Big Short, the movie. I think we're gonna see a remake of a Big Short in a much bigger way. It's a bigger and shorter. So that, I think, is what's gonna happen. So watch out and be prepared for it. And I hope you stay safe and keep yourself protected, and uh, do whatever. Just prepare for it. There's so many things going on, food shortages. There's social unrest in other countries. What's happening in Eastern Europe, and more supply chain disruptions. And with that, we can just pray that everything goes back to normalcy, in the near future, and we all come out of it safe and sound. I'll see you again next time. Have a great week, work week, and take care, and have a good night. Bye bye.